Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Chetan Kumar and I am a senior data analyst. I have over 8 years of experience working on data, and today we are going to learn how to develop a Dumble chart or a DNA chart. Let's load the data and understand the use case. Let's pull orders. We are going to use only orders, but if you have other use case where you want to pull multiple tables, you can just drag and drop here, and based on your requirement, whichever is the primary key, you can select. But we are going to only use orders today, so I'm just selecting orders. Let's move to the sheet and name the sheet as DNA chart, or if you want to name it as Dumbbell chart, that's up to you. Both are same. So now before we develop the Dumbbell chart, let's understand the use case. Why we are developing Dumbbell chart. To develop any insight, we should know, right? Why we are doing it, what's the purpose of it, how it is going to help or answer questions for me. So to understand that particular logic, we need to think or ask questions to ourselves why we are doing it. If we don't know, we have to check with the business. What's the purpose? Why we are doing it? What's the requirement? So it helps you understand the visuals pretty better to understand why this graph is needed. So let's take the use case. So Rumble chart is used to compare 2 years, right? For example, you're comparing 2 years of data. Understand, for example, sales or orders. 2 years of data, like what are the comparison between last year to this year? What is it more? What is it less? You have to inform the business, right, based on the requirement. So to develop such kind of visuals, such kind of use cases, you can use this particular graph. Let's drag subcategory to rows, and let's work on the sales. Let's drag sales. If you want to work on sales, if you want to work on orders, you can drag orders. That's based on your requirement. Let's do orders. Click on orders, and you can click to the make a dual axis chart. So we require dual axis chart here for this to develop a Dumbbell chart. One represent the circle, other represent the line. That's why we split it into two. Let's convert the first one as circle and the second one as line chart. Now the pattern is not the same that we will be looking at by the end of this video. Now it is zigzag. So now we have not provided all the information to the graph that it can show the path for us or develop a Dumbbell chart. Now it's a combination. For example, if we take bookcase, it shows 228 count of orders, right? So it is a combination of all the years of data that we have in our data set. Let's filter out the data first. So we restrict it to only last 2 years, 16 and 17. So now this shows only 2 years of data, but it still doesn't split the data between 2 years. So we can have a Dumbbell chart that compares the data, right? So to do that, we just drag order date to colors. Now it splits the data into two. And we are going to do the same thing for the line chart. As of now, we have not given any instructions, so it shows a zigzag line. But as soon as we give a particular path, it's going to show us the comparison between 2 years. So as you can see, zigzag has changed into a proper line graph, and it shows a comparison between 16 and 17. Now to develop a Dumbbell chart, we have to just do a drop down and convert to a dual axis chart. Let's synchronize the axis, and as if you can see, the line is in the front and the circle is in the back. If you want to move the circle in the front, you can just drag and drop. Just put it in the front. The circle is in the front and the line is in the back. Now let's increase the size of the circle and let's analyze the data. As you can see, let's take appliances. 2016, the total count of orders was 114. But 2017 it was 165. So there's a growth, right? As you can see, there's a growth with respect to the order that was placed last year to this year. As let's find out different use case where we had more orders placed last year than this year. Based on our graph, we don't see any. So blue represents 16. So we have all the blues in the front, right? To have a different use case, let's convert this count of orders and change it to sales. Let's find out if the sales quantity sales was more. So we can explain both the use case. Now we are going to filter based on the date. So let's put the date and let's put the date in the path. So let's look at the appliances. So even here, as you can see, 26,050 was the total sales in 2016, but compared to that, 2017 we had 42,927. So there is the growth in the sales, right? But if you look into machines, 2017 we had 43,545, but 2016 we have 55,907. So last year we had more sales than this year. So this comparison will help you to understand and solve these kind of use cases where you can compare 2 years to find out, and it's easily visible to the eyes what comparison you are doing and how it answers your questions. So this is a simple use case for Dumble chart or a DNA chart. Thank you for joining the session. We'll meet in the next session.